All right, we're going to try this for a third time, and we're going to try to get Leslie back on. So hopefully this will work. Hopefully we've gotten this all squared away. But this is Dash of Life, and welcome. I'm your host Dash, and we're going to try to get this figured out. So Leslie, if you're watching or seeing any of this, you have to be on the regular pay or the feed, and then just open up once it shows live, and we'll see if we got it. All right. I promise you this is going to work. So if you're watching, click it open where you're like the whole screen is open, and it'll say you're actually inside the thing. It'll say you're viewing. How is everyone tonight? Good for a Wednesday night, waiting for those storms to come in. Let's see if we can get it going. All right, we sent the invite. Let's see if this will work now. Got a thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you for watching Dash of Life. Anyways, if you haven't been watching A Dash of Life, basically what this is about my friends and the wonderful things that they're doing for their lives and what they've done since they graduated high school or got out of the military, writing books, singing songs, being songwriters, things of that nature. And I just wanted a way to celebrate them. So I'm hoping this is working. And it's a way for me to get word out to you guys that what my friends do. During the pandemic, a lot of this took a toll on me. So I wanted to. I think we got it. I think we got it. Hold on. Here we go. We're working on it. We just had something. Yeah, I saw that you were on there, and I accepted you. But let's. Oh, you gotta love technology, or me not knowing how to do any of this stuff.
Oh my
I think we
gosh.
finally got. Holy smokes, we finally got
I
it.
think the problem was I had the comments turned off.
Okay.
We'll see.
Whatever, we finally got it. Hey, welcome to my show.
Thanks.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good. Hanging in there with all the pandemic stuff and everything.
Oh yeah. I'm kind of an introvert, so I'm like cool.
Boy, yeah, that's what I was telling them last week when I started this. I am such an extrovert that I'm a stay-at-home dad now, and so I love to talk to people. I have to have that interaction. I was like, well, what can I do? And so this was something I thought of, is to still be able to have my talkings and and still be able to invite people in where they're, you don't have to get too much involved. But I wanted to talk to you about some of the things that you've done, and
Yeah.
since you graduated high school and gone on to do some awesome things. Why don't you tell us a little about what you do? I know you're acting and photographing and some other stuff like that, right?
Yeah, I don't I think I just never could figure out what I wanted to do, so I figured out, just try everything. um
Yeah.
Yeah, so I went from working in radiology at a hospital doing x-rays, and then worked at a modeling agency for a while. Then I did some acting in Oklahoma when I was still living in Oklahoma City, doing just like some theater, some commercials, and things like that. And then I moved to Dallas in 2005 and started my photography business. And now I'm doing social media and photography. And I'm working part time at a hospital doing medical photography and acting whenever I have time to do that.
Yeah, that's a full plate. I love it. So uh, let's talk about acting for a minute, then we'll
Yeah.
move on to the other stuff. But what got you into acting?
Well, actually, in high school, I was in drama. And then, whenever I went on to college, I actually took several theater classes. And then I met a casting agent in Oklahoma City who was teaching private acting classes. So I took classes from her for a while and did just a few commercials and stuff and was getting paid and was like, this is cool. So that's kind of how it started anyway. Did a few other little things. Did like what was the show the FBI's Most Wanted? Like,
Yeah.
is that the name of the show? I can't remember now.
Yeah, I think it was FBI's Most Wanted or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that. Was it
yeah.
on like A&E or something?
Yeah. Did
Yeah.
the one of the reenactments there on that show.
But
Anyway,
nothing like playing a bad guy or a dead body on a show. You know, it always gets you the.
yeah, I played I don't think she was actually a hooker, but maybe close to a hooker.
Hey, well,
And
it
then,
all starts somewhere, you know.
right, right.
So so did you have do you have a favorite role that you've done since you started?
Yes. Well, I have actually two favorites. One is when I was in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, I got to play Nurse Ratched. And that was like,
Ah,
yeah, that was
yeah, wonderful role. Wonderful
the
role.
role. Yeah. And I felt it's funny because I found out about the auditions and I kept thinking like, oh, I really want that part. Like that's like a dream role, right?
Mhm.
And I just never did. I was busy with whatever else I had going on and just never got around to going to the audition. And then the next thing I know, the director calls me and he says, hey, are you interested in the role of Nurse Ratched for the show? And I was like, well, yeah. And he was like, okay, well, will you come in tomorrow? And I was like, okay, like an audition. He goes, no, will you be Nurse Ratched? And I was like, I'm in. He was like,
That's awesome.
yeah, we have our first reading tomorrow night. I was like, oh, okay, yeah. No, anyway, so it was like a really, really, really neat experience. So
Yeah.
that one was like kind of the dream role I kind of always wanted. And then I had another role that was not one I would ever dream of wanting, but once I did it, it was probably the most challenging acting role I've ever had. And so once it was kind of all said and done, it kind of felt like, man, I'm pretty fucking good. Like, it was like when it was like super, you felt like Superwoman kind of
Oh,
like moment.
oh, excellent.
Yeah. So it was Killer Joe. It was a movie with Matthew McConaughey and Gina Gershon, and so I played Gina Gershon's role on
Wow,
stage.
that's pretty.
Yeah, it was pretty intense. There was a lot really big fighting
I think I
scenes.
remember. Yeah, I think I remember seeing a few pictures you posted about that or something, if I recall correctly. So okay, so those are the great roles. What's the dream role? Man, they're knocking on your door and you're just going to take it. What if you could have any role in the world, what would it be?
I think it was Nurse Ratched. Honestly, I really do think it was just like I can't imagine topping that one off the top of my head anyway.
So when they remake the movie, you're gonna throw your hat in the ring. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, for sure. I'll be like,
No,
I don't
That's
know.
pretty awesome.
Yeah, I can't think of.
Yeah.
After that, I kind of felt like, how is anything going to compare?
Yeah.
Like any role going to compare to this?
So you hit the pinnacle, you think?
Yeah, it felt. It's been interesting because I really I'm only interested in doing shows that I feel like there's a challenge. And so after Killer Joe, I thought, oh, there's not going to be another challenge like this. And then Nurse Ratched came, and that was amazing. And then I actually, um, somewhere in between there, did my first musical, Cabaret. And that
Oh,
was a totally different challenge because I am not a trained dancer. And so getting the part of the Kit Kat girl, I had to work twice as hard as all the other girls because they had all had training their whole life. They were dancers.
yeah.
And I'm like, actor, wannabe dancer. So, um, but yeah, it felt really good once it was all said and done. And it was like, oh my God, I did it. Okay. So,
That's pretty good.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why it's kind of why I'm doing the show is to see the amazing things that my friends and everybody has done in their life. Like I was saying, I got friends that are writing books and here you are acting and getting to put yourself out there for people to see. And I just love that about my friends. And no matter uh, what it is, I mean, like I said, I don't know if I could be on stage. I had a poll the other day. I don't know if anybody if you saw that, but I had a poll of what would I be doing if I wasn't doing what I did now? And they said my top three were uh, bounty hunter, a TV sitcom dad, and a stunt performer for a child actor. That's my favorite by far. A stunt, but I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could just get out there next. So I love that you get to do that, and man, what a. And I
It's
hope
so
you
much
get
fun.
after. Yeah, after all this is done, I hope you get to go back on stage because I like to bring my family down just to see some of your shows. It would be awesome.
Yeah, I
So I
love
really
that.
do. Yeah, I know you're down in Dallas and you're getting to do some really, hopefully get to do some acting. So that's cool. So you said your photography took off as well. Is that a good thing for you? Is it?
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing it for 15 years now. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of segueing a little bit into more social media.
Hmm.
Um, I, had gone back to college to get my degree in photojournalism actually. And so that's really what I wanted to do. But the money was with portraits and families, and it was fine, but
Yeah.
that's just not like, I'm not passionate about it. So I'd kind of been like doing less and less of that to kind of start doing more just personal creative projects and photography,
Yeah.
So
What makes you happy then? Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Um,
Oh, wow.
yeah, it's process. I learned with a film camera, and then everything switched to digital, and it was just like, so it went from it was a specialty at one point, to be a
Yeah.
photographer, and then everybody got cameras, and lots of photographers started popping
Oh
up
yeah.
everywhere, and so yeah, I mean, it was just like, okay, now I have more competition than I did, so as the years go on, and but I found that's why I think I love doing social media, because I can still do, creative work through creating posts and doing different things with that for other businesses. So other small businesses that are just like, we need a social media presence, but we just don't want to mess with that, or
Yeah.
don't have the skills to do that, or whatever. I'm like, bring it on. That's my jam. So sit at home in front of my computer and create content
That,
all day.
that is that is totally awesome. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I
So
can't
now I
wait
gotta
to.
bring.
Oh,
I'm
go
sorry. Go
ahead.
ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, yeah, so I can't wait for COVID to be done and kind of get back out and do things. I mean, you were saying you couldn't you didn't think you could get on a stage. I mean, I'm an introvert, but so like this is more uncomfortable for me than getting
No.
up on a stage in front of tons of people and being somebody else.
I get I get so nervous starting these things off that like I know what I want to say. Like I have this all worked out. I have my cards and I'm like, I know what I'm gonna say, and then I'm just like, camera's on and I'm like, boop, free. I'm just, how in the world? I mean, like I said, you get me in a store and I'll talk your leg off all day long. But I get that camera on me and it takes me a minute to really just warm up, and I guess I'm, shy or something
I
when it
know.
comes to the camera.
Well, in
But
college, I could do my acting classes and I would have assignments and I'd be like, yeah, okay, get up there and do it, no problem. But then I took like a speech class and I had to like write about something about me and then get up in front of the class. And I was like,
yeah,
I was like, not digging that.
yeah,
So,
that's awesome. Well, man, I love what you're doing. I'm glad that you're getting to live what you want to do, and that's what this show is all really about. And the other big thing that we got coming, I don't know, you know how long we've been out of school now, right? 30 years. Holy schmack. I know, right? Man,
right, I know. I'm on the committee for the reunion.
I'll tell you this, you look the same as you did in high school, so keep doing whatever it is you're doing. So
Thanks.
but I just, again, thank you for coming on. If you get back out on that stage, shoot me an invite because I want to come see you. I love, just like I said, some of the pictures that you post. But I got one more question, and then I'm gonna get you off here, and I'm gonna ask about him, the lovely Leslie Jordan. How was it meeting that fine
Oh my gosh.
person?
It was pretty fun, actually. He is
Yeah.
such a character. And it's so funny because I'd only seen him in Will and Grace up to that point.
Right.
And so when I met him, I was an extra in a movie, and he was one of the stars. And it was in this like high school theater in like Waxahachie, Texas. And he had a Santa suit on, and he was like getting on the stage performing, doing his whole thing. And then he would come sit out in the audience, like by me, because they were just filming the stage part. And he would be like, honey, help me out of this Santa suit. I'm sweating. And I'm like, so I help him out of his Santa suit. And I'm like drying out his Santa suit. And then they'd be like, okay, we're ready to do that take again. So he put the Santa suit back on. So we did this several times. Anyway, when it was all said and done, I was like, okay, I need a picture. I mean, I aired out your sweaty Santa suit numerous times. The least you can do is take a picture with me. So, no, he's so funny. And I said, I can't believe that's your actual accent. I thought that was like a voice you were doing for TV. He said, oh no, honey, ever since I was a young boy, purple chiffon just comes out of my mouth when I open it. I was like,
man,
so,
I told you I was jealous that you got, man.
he's
He's awesome, and if you get to meet him again, tell him I said hello. Just hey, my friend Gordon just said hello, and I don't know. But thank you so much for coming on. I'm glad we got this situated and figured out. You're awesome. You're a dream as well, and continue on with your acting and your photography. And I hope to see you in a few months live in person, hopefully with this 30-year anniversary. But I want to blow you a kiss, and take care of yourself. A big heart for you.
Thank you.
And I hope to see you soon.
Okay.
Thank you for coming on.
Bye.
Bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Leslie Boren, actress, photographer. You heard it. She has it all. Thank you for standing by me through this rough patch tonight. One of these days I'm gonna get this whole talking in front of a camera down. But thank you for your support. Thank you for allowing me to come into your homes. Holly, I see you on there. If you're still watching, it's good to see you typing to us. But guys, any feedback that you can ever get, that you can give to me, I would love it. If you could share this with your friends to get it out, do that for me, please. Just remember, be kind to each other, love one another, and I'll see you next Wednesday.